Yo, what's going on YouTube? Technically T-Man back with another video. I hope every one of you guys are having an excellent day. But we had to do this talk, man. First impressions of the brand new iPhone XS Max after 24 hours. Now I did pick up mine yesterday. I didn't do an unboxing because it's iPhone. I really felt like people didn't need unboxing. Even though I asked you guys on YouTube, I had a community post. A lot of you guys said you still want to see the unboxing. I kind of feel like I let you guys down a little bit because I didn't do it, man. But honestly, I just wasn't feeling it. When I got the device in, I literally just wanted to tear open the package, pop my main SIM card in it, and just start rocking out with the phone. So, didn't decide to do an unboxing. So I just wanted to give you my first impressions after popping this SIM card in it, after getting it straight out the box yesterday, and what I feel about it. But what is there to say? It's an iPhone. You know what I mean? When I first got out the box, my initial wow period was very short because it's an iPhone. You know what I mean? It is what it is. The wow factor for me for this phone is the display, because I was a person who always used plus devices. And then when they came out with the 10, yeah, it was a bigger screen, but the footprint, the whole form factor of the 10's, the feel of it was just too small to me. So therefore, I always wanted that bigger screen in that 10 form factor, and that's exactly what this gives me. It gives me the size that I was missing. It gives me the size that I was looking for, like straight up. This thing I really like it. You know what I mean? For the size more than anything. I know a lot of people said they weren't wowed about it. I do love my iPhones, man, and the one thing that I was missing was the size, and they got it right with the size of this Plus. I think this is a perfect size. They don't really need to go any bigger than this. This 6.5 inches right where it needs to be. No bigger than this, man, because it just feels good. It feels perfect. Yeah, you might have to do a little bit of finger aerobics to get it up to the top, but it's not terrible. I do that with every big phone, that I own, whether it's Notes or whatever. The display, everything on it, of course, it's going to look good. We're talking about iPhone displays. The display will look good. So, form factor, love it. I love the size of it. If any of you out there, and I had one of my friends call me yesterday, and they have the 8 Plus, and they didn't want to do the 10 because of how small it was in hand. They were basically like, hey, is the XS Max worth it? How does it feel? So I said, you know what? If you wanted that 10 form factor, but you want a bigger size, then the XS Max is for you. So I think that's where it really draws people in. People who didn't go to the 10 because they want the size, the XS Max gives you that size. Now, talking about the processor, of course, things are fast. I'm not saying it's going to be blazing fast in the A11 Bionic because now they have the A12 Bionic. No, I'm not going to say that, but things move fast. You know what I mean? I think that's more due to iOS 12, more so than the new processor. But everything's snappy, everything's fluid. No need to really get into that heavy. It works fine. Like I said, I think iOS 12, they really worked on stability, and that's what I want Apple to focus more so on than the design of the phone. So I think iOS 12 is the reason why everything is running so snappy on the XS Max, because everything has been fast, fluent, haven't really had any hiccups, but once again, it's only been 24 hours. Now, they said they improved Face ID. Now, for me, I feel like Face ID may be a hint, and I'm talking about just a hint faster. I'm not saying it's blazing fast, but I feel like it's a tad bit faster. When I unlock it, boom, it may be a tad bit. Now that may be placebo, sugar pill effect. That's what it might be. It might be that new phone high that's kind of like still on me. But I do feel it is a little quicker. Not anything blazing fast. A lot of people are saying they can't see much of a difference. But me, I can see a tad bit of difference. Just tad speed when we're talking about Face ID opening up. But that's one thing you'll have to try out. Face ID was always pretty quick, so if they're gonna make it any quicker, then of course that's gonna be a good thing for me. So Face ID works just as fine. Is it quicker? Just a tad bit quicker. Now, the one area that I knew was an improvement as soon as I discovered it was the stereo speakers. Now, some people said they can't tell a big difference, man, but if I crank that iPhone X sound all the way up, and then I crank this XS Max all the way up, I think it shuts the iPhone X down. Also, the Note 9 has great stereo speakers, but the iPhone XS Max speakers, I think, get a little bit louder than the Note 9. Now, it may be a thing where the Note 9 gets louder, but the iPhone is more clear. It could be a thing like that. But all in all, the speakers on this bad boy is A1. Now, I used to always pick up my Note to watch media for the display, but now I'm thinking about picking up my iPhone XS for the sound, because this thing sounds very, very good. I'm not fanboying or anything. For right now, the speakers sound very good, man. This is definitely an improvement to me over the iPhone 10. Now, once again, it's only been 24 hours, so I really can't speak on the battery life. But for me, powering on yesterday, doing all of my restoring and everything like that, I felt it was pretty hard to drain this battery. This battery has really been holding on fresh off the first charge. But once again, you know, things can change. Stuff is still working in the background when you get these new phones for a few hours. So, you know, I will probably make another video, maybe separate on the battery life, just to talk about how I like it or whatever going into it. But so far, the battery's been pretty strong. I haven't had any issues with it draining bad or anything like that. You know, it's been pretty solid. I can't complain when it comes to a bigger phone from there. I hope there is an improvement with the battery life. They went up a few milliamp hours from the 10. The 10 didn't give me great battery life, but it was pretty decent. So I hope they do a good job with this battery life. I hope that A12 can keep it, you know, keep that battery life exactly where I want it when I go heavy duty on the phone. Now, one thing that I want to get out there and do today, man, is this is a nice day outside, and I want to see what this camera is about, because I've been seeing some excellent pictures come out this camera over on Twitter, over on Mac Rumors. A few friends sending me pictures that has it. I think it's impressing a lot of people. Now, the initial camera test on it was a little shaky. They were saying it wasn't a huge improvement over the iPhone 10s, but from what I've been seeing, it's been a noticeable difference to me from the iPhone 10 and the 10s. So I need to get out there and snap some pictures for myself to see what it does for me. I know I snapped a picture with the Note 9 yesterday, and then I snapped a picture with this. It was a little different. You know, the way iOS and the way Android processes colors can be a little bit different, but it still was great pictures. So I'm gonna go out here and snap some pictures of this bad boy, man, and hopefully, like I said, I've seen some excellent pictures come out of this bad boy, and I think people are starting to write it off as not a good camera and it's not up to the Pixels camera, but I don't know. Some of those pictures, man, been really A1, so I'm anxious to see what this bad boy does in a nice situation, see what that new HDR and everything like that got going on. I have used the portrait mode with the blur. It actually is pretty good because you can adjust that blur. Sometimes if you put it, the f-stop all the way fast, so if you move it like all the way to 1.4 or 1.8, wherever it is up here, it's like a little too blurry, but you can dial it back to about 2.8. It looks like very good. So I think that's gonna be a good little feature when you start dibbling and dabbling in portrait mode. But I don't do a bunch of portrait mode, but that's a pretty cool feature in order to hone in that, you know, that blur, to get that bokeh in the background. It's a nice little feature. That's basically my first impressions, man. The initial hype of it is kind of wore down. It is another iPhone, but it is a typical S upgrade. Better processor, better camera, little tweaks to the speakers, different things like that. It's an upgrade, so people shouldn't be blown away. It's an upgraded phone. The size is the big thing for me. But like I said, it is a noticeable upgrade from the 10, in my opinion, in certain little categories. But of course, man, stay tuned to the channel. We're gonna get into plenty case reviews, man, because right now I'm rocking this Incipio case, which is a very dope case right now, man. So I'm gonna get into this with the whole Incipio lineup, man. So you already know we got case reviews coming. And whatever videos you guys wanna see on this channel for the 10S Max, make sure you drop down in that comment section below. Let me know what you want. Thumbs up this video if you like it, man, and I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Later.